Getting it through the governor's office is going to be a whole nother struggle. But I think, again, with enough support, the governor will not be able to resist the tide of public opinion that says that cutting an ancient redwood tree is just plain wrong.
Especially when there's so little of them left. I was thinking, well, if Governor Schwarzenegger signs the Heritage Tree Preservation Act into law, then he'll be a hero.
Exactly. I mean, take this opportunity, take advantage of it. Exactly. By the amount of people that will be ecstatic about him signing this legislation and saying we save the old growth trees in California.
Is just plain wrong.
Especially when there's so little of them left.
They're tremendously valuable from an economic perspective because they're big, and so you can get big cross sections of wood, which one standing old growth redwood tree is worth literally millions of dollars. California used to have some of the most incredible forests in the world, just in terms of diversity, in terms of the size of the trees, the kinds of plants and animals that lived there. The Sierra Nevada, of course, those forests started to be cut down around the gold rush. And shortly thereafter, they moved to the Pacific coast and found that there's these tremendous trees there with this wood that's great for, building and doesn't rot and all this stuff. So California's forests started being cut down right around the time that we became a state, right around 1850. And by the turn of the century, most of it was already gone. Now, a fraction of our old growth forests are left.
Before 1850, there was no industrial logging in California, and the great decimation of the native forests of California didn't happen until the second half of the 19th century. California was originally blessed with something around 2 million acres of old-growth conifers, basically redwoods and Douglas firs, and pine trees as well, ponderosa pine, and cedars, and other large trees that grew along the coast from Santa Cruz all the way up into southern Oregon. And those trees have mostly been cut down. Some of the ancient trees of California are protected in state and national reserves.
As far as coast redwoods, there's a certain amount of trees that are protected in our state and federal parks, which we're very, very happy about. It does not justify destroying what's not protected. The bottom line is that we have very little left. And so someone once said to me, if you have 3% left of your eyesight or 3% left of your bank account, the natural thing to do is to protect what's left. Besides the fact that these trees have intrinsic value, they are species that are endangered, they're about to go extinct, depend on them. And so it just doesn't make any kind of ethical sense to destroy what's left.